Oh, no, I got a good one.
Okay, what's it? What
Is
is it?
Vietnam the China we used to love?
Ah, yes.
How about
Okay,
that?
go for it. Yeah.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it.
Winston,
Yes.
we lived in China.
Oh, certainly did.
And it kind of shaped my adulthood. And people think it's kind of weird. I always get a giggle when I say this, but I say
Right.
I grew up in China. People are like, you idiot, you're white.
Yeah.
What I mean is that the majority of my adult life was, in fact, in China. And like you, I rarely went home. I went home maybe a week a year, right?
Right.
So for me, the majority of my life as an adult was, in fact, in China. So I think it kind of shaped the way I look at the world, right?
Makes sense. Makes total sense.
Unfortunately, throughout my years in China, my opinion of China never changed.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say when you hit that 3 or 4 year mark, you kind of know what the hell's going on. Would you agree with that?
Sure.
You
absolutely.
have things figured out. You know you stop getting mad at stuff.
Yeah, you just realize that that's how it is. It's
Shit.
never going to change.
Right. This is very hectic. Anyway, it's never going to change, and you can deal with it. It's fine.
Sure.
But the problem is China changed around us, and it mostly changed for the worse politically. For being a
Absolutely.
foreigner, you guys know who we are. We don't need to get into that. But what we do have to get into is something that has struck me deeply.
Yeah.
The China, for an ESL teacher, young sea milk, and I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. See if you disagree with this.
Hey, remember, you're just an English teacher.
I'm just an English teacher, guys. I forgot. I don't do anything else.
Even now.
I'm
even
such a
now.
liar. Yeah, I only teach. I'm actually not making videos right now. This is not me.
No.
Anyway,
Go back to your ESL class.
Yeah. Oh, dodgy massages. Anyway, I am getting the impression, and correct me if I'm wrong, that Vietnam, at least in Hanoi right here, is kind of like the China that young sea milk loved.
Oh, yeah.
Would
dude.
you agree?
I think so.
Okay. And
Is this a one way?
tell me why you think that. Yeah, I think it is.
Whatever. People are going down there.
This is insane.
It is. Absolutely, dude. The vibiness here. Okay, look at all these foreigners around you. We're in like the most touristy part of Vietnam right
just
now.
like you'd be in Manhattan in New York City, you know what I mean?
Yeah, or Beijing.
Beijing or Shanghai.
In fact,
Bun.
they even have these same little like things. This is our starting point because it's easy for us to get our bikes and stuff.
Right,
and that's
right.
why we've decided to come here. But that aside, absolutely, everything that I loved about China initially is what I see here.
Right.
It's kind of this chaotic, vibrant freedom. You know, everything's free. People are so friendly. You know, you see people sitting in the morning drinking beer and, you know, like just chilling out.
Right.
Very, very welcome here. Everyone's very welcome.
Before you guys think we sound
by
like
the way, for
frickin'...
all you Happer hater guys out
there you go.
there
I love
you go.
seeing that, by the way.
Just for you. That's
love
for you
that.
guys. You know,
I
peace.
seriously, I celebrate that.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, what am I saying? Oh, so
Yeah.
So before we sound like, you know, frickin' first stage of culture shock, I'm loving it. This is so amazing.
Honeymoon nonsense,
We already
yeah.
know how this works. It's what I'm saying is it's the same. It's the same as frickin' China. I'm not even joking. It's the same kind of like relaxed attitude, and not a huge concern for, you know, money and greed. Everyone kind of's like, yeah, we got a job, got my apartment, you know.
Yeah.
Then we saw China just really crack down and close off and get xenophobic. So this feels a lot like China. It's just, man, it's nice.
Yeah, it's what China used to be when we first got there.
It's crazy. It's loud. It smells bad. The food is exotic. The people are smiling.
Yep,
It's just like China.
You've got actually the beer here is much nicer.
It's so much better than Chinese beer. Sorry, China, but it's so much better. Hanoi beer is great.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, that aside, yes, I can totally say that this is exactly the same sort of feeling I got when I first got to China.
Right.
I see potential here.
Right.
I see the potential to have a fantastic adventure.
Right.
You know, whereas at the
I got
moment
the
in
battery
China.
thing, by the way.
Okay, that's fine. It's still going. Yeah, me too. Whereas at the moment in China, it's becoming stifling.
Right.
And it's not just because we've been there for too long and have, you know, worn out all the fun stuff. It's literally just because the attitude right now is, it's kind of closing down, and it's all about the local people, and foreigners are the enemy, and it's not comfortable and it's not nice. And they're putting so many laws in place in the cities. You know, they ban street food, they ban this, they ban that. Everything's being banned and blocked.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where all the things that were fun and nice about China just aren't there anymore.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Do you agree with that?
I 100% agree with that. And honestly, it's we can't say whether Vietnam is going to follow the same path or trajectory as China yet, but enjoy it while it's like this now, because everyone seems pretty happy right now. Of course, there's bad things in Vietnam. Of course there is. It's a freaking dictatorship, one-party state socialist country. But right now, people are smiling, and nobody is telling us to go home.
Yeah, and you know what it is?
Nice.
You can see that it's the beginning.
Right.
Just like China was beginning to start with all
people
of the
have a little money now.
manufacturing. Yeah, it's right in the beginning of all of that, and you can tell that this is going to be the next China. This is going to be the next manufacturing hub of the world. It's getting there.
Right.
It feels the same.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So there's a good many years ahead of very fantastic living here, that's for sure.
I definitely agree with that sentiment. Anyway, where are we headed?
We are trying to find our way through this chaotic city. And is there anything you'd like to tell our subscribers before we sign off?
Whether you are looking for that kind of fun party escape as a young man or young lady or not, it doesn't really matter, because you get to watch our videos, and hopefully you can get some of that feeling without having to do it yourself. But if we inspired you in some way, I really appreciate it. What do you guys think down below? Do you think Vietnam is going to be the kind of hip place to come be an ESL teacher and chill out and drink and party? Or do you think it's going to go down the same dark path of communist China? Let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. And whether or not you are Vietnamese or Chinese, we love you all the same.
We do.
So until next time, you know the drill. As always, stay bloody awesome.
We hope you enjoyed the episode, guys. And, this week has been quite an important one for both myself and CMilk/Lawai86. We have both released the stories of why it is we left China, because I'm sure by now you've realized that we're not living in China. We're based out of the USA, still flying to different countries and traveling, like here, Vietnam. And we've got plenty of other stuff and places that we plan to visit and have visited, which we can't wait to bring to you. But if you have the time, I would really appreciate it if you could go over and watch both my story of leaving China and, of course, Lau86's story. Now, if you enjoy what we do here on ADV China on the bikes, we've got a surprise for you, because we've got something very similar, except involving cars. So if you enjoy this kind of banter and us riding around and exploring and chatting and doing all sorts of things together, except with cars, head on over to Worthless Whips. I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy it.
We want to go and find cool cars that would usually be out of the range of a high schooler to buy. Fix them up for real cheap.
And then I will sell it for a profit.
That's probably why the car's crashed.
I don't think it's legal to drive without a door. It's not a mail truck.
Again.
Got a suit on, right?
Yeah.
So the real question is, could you be a chauffeur for a dictator?
Yeah, why not?
The real test is, how good of a dictator car really is this?
同志们好，同志们辛苦了。来到美国是我的荣幸。我必须承认，这台车比红旗牌舒服得多。其实，同志们，我想说，我很开心，因为我们的武汉文化影响这儿。
If I were to sum up this car with one word, it would be prestige. Because this is what the car gave me in my youth.
But my lord, does this car sing. Keeping it above 5,000 RPMs and then banging it up to around 8,000 is where this car moves.
I started to feel a real connection with this thing. I know a lot of you know me as someone who wears a suit most of the time, and it really did suit my image. No pun intended.
There is something to be said for this car in the same vein. It's properly good.
It's comfortable, it is very driver focused, and an absolute blast in the corners.
Don't forget, guys, every single Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, go watch ADV China. You can actually watch another one right here. Every single Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, go check out Lao 86. And right below that, you can watch Serpents Today every single Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks.